Hello, this is Pastor Rick, and I want to welcome you to the Sunday Forum for this Sunday, June the 4th. And I'm really pleased of having a very special guest here, Kathleen. Welcome to Emmanuel.
Thank you.
And welcome as our new worship director. And that's what we want to do today, is introduce our new worship director. You know, you're often up in the balcony.
So no one sees me.
No one sees you. So that's why we want to do this forum tape to get to know you better. Boy, where do we begin? Maybe where you began. Where did you grow up, Kathleen?
I grew up in Iowa, in a university town, Cedar Falls, Iowa. There's a large teaching university there. And my whole family attended the laboratory school of the university. So it was a unique experience because we didn't go to public school, but it was public-like in that it was community, not just university kids. So I have 7 brothers and sisters and a lot of extras along the way with cousins and people that came to live with us for various reasons. And it was a neat place to grow up because it was a university town. And because it was a university town, I assume there were a lot of opportunities to learn music, to practice music. Absolutely. And being in a university town, one of the things that happens is you have access to the university professors for lessons. And because I was at the laboratory school, it was very easy for me just to hop up, we called it the hill, and go study with the university professors. And it's really, many of those people are still significant people in my life who gave me great opportunities as a young musician. Now, I want to talk more about the musician side, but before we go there, about your family. Still family in Iowa, or also you're married? Yes. Say a little bit about growing up, but also your family now. My brothers and sisters are mainly in Iowa. I have an attorney sister, I have a farmer brother, I have a recycling brother, they all have very, very different careers, and I think part of that is how we were raised, and we were really encouraged as kids to use the gifts that God gave us. And my family, as a mom and a grandma, an Oma, because I'm from a German family, we have 7 grandkids and we have 6 kids. We lost a son 2 years ago. And so we're a very close family because everyone pretty much is in the same geographic area in Iowa, kind of like farm families used to be a little bit. So you'll be happy to know that when I go see my grandkids, I'm Opapa. Oh, so yes, okay. Same tradition. Right. It just never dies. That one stays with you. Your husband? My husband is Stan. He worked in radiology for years, and right now he escapes the heat in the summers of Florida, and he goes back to Iowa to an acreage there, takes our dogs along, and lives in a little town in southern Iowa where he can fish every day if he wants to. He's a fisherman and loves to play golf. So that's and take care of the dogs. He's the dad dog. Now, in taking a look at your resume, I think one of the things that struck me was your broad range of love for music. Yes. And usually, people become more narrow. I just want the piano or the organ or choir music or vocal. But you've got the whole panoply. The whole shebang. The whole shebang, right? How did that happen? And tell us about that wide range of love for music. It happened because my family was super active in our church. I grew up as a Lutheran kid in a big Lutheran church in a university town. So most of what we did as a family were things in the church. Our friends were all from the church. The music came from the church first in my life, as in terms of playing for Vacation Bible School, asking to get played for church, those kinds of things. Back and forth. But again, it kind of goes back to that university town setting of having the opportunities in that laboratory school, which was very unique. High academics, very artsy. And it was a small enough school, kind of like small Midwestern schools, but with all of our teachers were university professors. They were in the top of their field as far as knowledge and experience and excellence. So that's what I grew up with as a kid. And so they would give me opportunities to play sing, conduct, direct as a high school student and even as a middle school student. And one of the professors, he was the choral person for the middle school and high school, he drafted me to be his personal accompanist. He was a professional baritone, and he had friends at the Met and all over Europe that were still singing. So he would drag me along and I would play for those experiences. Then I also, every day, went to his home, to his studio, and he had students coming from literally all over the United States, and I played for their lessons. I sat in a chair and I waited, and he said, "Okay, Kathleen," then it was my time to get up and play. So I just had really unusual experiences as a young person, both in my school and in my church.
It's rare to say, well, Kathleen, do you want to lead the choir? Yes. Do you want to play the organ? Yes. Do you want to conduct? Yes. Do you want to play the piano? Yes. Someone who loves the whole range of opportunities. In fact, I thought maybe this would be a moment we could go into the sanctuary, if you don't mind.
Sounds good.
And it'd be lovely to hear you play something, let's say, on the piano.
Wonderful.
Okay, let's go over to the sanctuary right now. All right, Kathleen, we're now here in the sanctuary, up in the balcony at your piano. And what we'd like you to do is play something, a favorite piece or something nice that you enjoy. Tell us about the piece, though, first, before you play it.
I'll be playing Glorify Thy Name, and a little bit about how I pick music. I take it very seriously in terms of what's appropriate for worship and to set the feeling that people can really think the words of the songs as I'm playing. So I usually find a Bible verse that fits what I'm playing first, and in this case it's Psalm 29:2. Give the Lord glory due to His name. Worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. And if you know the song, it's Father, I love you, I praise you and adore you, glorify your name in all the earth. And my parents instilled that in me again, that everything we do is to honor and give glory to God.
right, we're back here in the studio, Kathleen. That was wonderful hearing you play in the sanctuary. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You are coming to us from playing at the Roman Catholic Church in Marco Island for many years. So tell us what excites you now about being here at Emmanuel Lutheran Church.
It's actually very easy. I'm coming back to my roots. I'm coming back to the Lutheran Church, which I was born and raised in and spent a lot of time in as a church musician. I love liturgical churches, and so that was very, very important to me at this time in my life. I felt an immediate connection to the staff. They made me feel very welcome. And there was a real pastoral sense about Emmanuel, which is very important to me in being on a staff. The other thing is I felt like it was a place that I could be not just a staff person, but I could also be a part of the body of believers here and be comfortable coming to activities here, Bible studies and those sort of things. And that's always been very, very important to me in any church position I take.
Now, one of the things that was exciting from the staff, and I know when we've introduced you into some small groups already here at church, when people hear you bring energy and ideas and initiatives, everybody kind of perks up. Can you tell us a little bit about what your ideas are that you want to bring here to Emmanuel?
Well, the list is always long, and so I kind of have to start with the things that I think I can make an immediate change in for the positive without disrupting all the wonderful things that have already gone on here, and not make people nervous about throwing out everything, but really just adding to what happens here that's very, very positive. And some things that I'd like to do pretty much right in the fall is I'd like to get a bell choir started. I found those in the closet and they were dusty and hadn't been used for a number of years. And something that I've done at a lot of the congregations is to incorporate cantatas into the seasonal part of the church, which is, again, being a liturgical church, it's a lot easier to do that. So maybe an Advent Christmas cantata and then a Lent Easter cantata with full orchestra. And one of the things it does, it encourages singers who haven't sung with the choir before to actually join the choir, because it's a shorter commitment. It's not the every week, all year long, that sort of thing. The other thing is I'm always interested in what the children are doing. I love kids, have a big background in teaching, and so even on Sunday I stopped in to see who was in the hall across from me in the kids' room. Some things other than that I've come up with is I'd like to start some kind of a community and church academy for singers and keyboard players, both piano and organ, to just support children and adults in their endeavors to be a better musician. And then this is kind of a pipe dream, but it's where I am in my life. I've spent my life in church music ministry as well as be a college professor, and I've just seen the difference in the quality of church musicians that are coming out of the universities, and I would like to be a mentor to them, and I think this is a great place to do that, to really help people who would like to be church musicians, but they don't yet have the polished skills to really be employed by a church.
Well, it gets us excited, Kathleen, when we hear you talk about what you want to bring and the initiatives and the energy and the ideas. That gets us very excited. Now, what I want to challenge our people here at Emmanuel is that they can greet you. That's kind of tough, right? Because you're up in the balcony, and so go up. I'm inviting you up into the balcony or wave from the floor to Kathleen.
That would be great.
Just so that she feels welcomed here at Emmanuel. So once again, Kathleen, welcome to Emmanuel. We look forward to your leadership. Not just up in the balcony.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thanks for joining us on the Sunday Forum. Bye-bye now.